Hey everybody, this is Ken Jobst with a closer look at Pastor's midweek message that this week was entitled Blessings from Unlikely Channels. And this is part of Pastor's midweek series that he is in the midst of called The Hard Sayings of Jesus. You know, a lot of times we like to think we know what Jesus said about certain things. A lot of his sayings were particularly challenging not only to those disciples who were there listening to him, but they are particularly challenging to us as well. And so Pastor's message, Blessings from Unlikely Channels, takes us back to the Gospel of Luke, Luke chapter 10, where we find the story of the Good Samaritan. Now, back in Jesus' day, that idea was an oxymoron, which means it's a mutually exclusive idea that Samaritans were not thought to be as good people. So a good Samaritan was like saying jumbo shrimp or guest host. They're just words that mean the opposite of one another. But the case of this Good Samaritan, remember there was a traveler who was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and the elevation there is that whenever you leave Jerusalem, you're going down, going from 2,700 feet above sea level to 1,600 feet below sea level. And on his way down the Jericho road, which was also called the path of blood, he was set upon by robbers, which was not uncommon in those days. He was beaten. His money was stolen. He was left for dead, bleeding in the ditch. Coming along that way not too long later was a priest, and the priest walked along and glanced over and kept going. The Levite came a little bit after that, came along and went over and took a look at the wounded person who was there in the ditch bleeding, but likewise he went along. The third person to come along was a Samaritan. And the Samaritan got off his animal, right, and went over and ministered to the person who had been attacked. Put him on his donkey, took him to an inn, took care of him. Now, Jesus said, which of these was a neighbor to the person? And so here's the interesting thing about this passage, and it's this. The first two persons that came upon the injured man were asking themselves a question, and the question was this: what's going to happen to us if we stop and give help to this man? You know, he'd just been mugged. Muggers could still be around. They could be attacked. So their first question, both the priest and the Levite, what's going to happen to us if we help? But the Samaritan, the person who is the least likely to be thought of as a helper, the Samaritan asked himself this question: what will happen to him if I don't stop to help? And that's the question that made all the difference. So in our lives, be aware that blessings can come from unlikely channels. People that we might think would not be able to help us are sometimes the ones that God uses. And likewise, we need to be like that Samaritan and say, what happens if I don't step up? If not me, who? If not now, when? Hey, God bless you. I hope you're having a great time, and please stay safe during this COVID pandemic. And once again, with a closer look, this is Ken Jobst from St. Stephen Church. God bless you today. See you soon. Bye.